Okay, as promised, I said I would do a tutorial on the curls that I posted about the other day. So, and I debated where I should do this. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, I just couldn't quite decide. But I thought with this new IGTV thing, I would try out doing a video and maybe doing some editing, and then that way I can put it on all the platforms, and then you won't have to like be tortured with me answering, you know, a bunch of questions in between doing a tutorial. So hopefully this works out. Let me know how you like it, and maybe I'll do some more this way. Okay, so first things first, I've washed and blow dried my hair. So this is clean hair. I always recommend, if you're gonna curl your hair, to curl it on the very first day that you wash it. Now the reason for that is, and I know that there's, you know, if you have other things that work better for you, then absolutely keep doing it. This is just how my personal experience and how I feel it works best. So I do feel like that if you wear your hair straight the first day and you flat iron it, and then you curl it the second day, your curls are not gonna take as good, nor are they gonna last as long, because you've already flat ironed that hair and it wants to stay in that straight form. So to get it to stay long, lasting longer, then you curl it the first day, and then if you need to, you can touch up curls, you know, multiple days in a row. But if you've watched my blow dry tutorial, which is on YouTube, you know how I blow dried my hair, and that's how I blow dried it, with a flat brush with some products. I also go over the products that I put in it wet in that video, so you can check that out. But and that's how it has all this lift and volume already, is how I blow dried it. So that's kind of the first start. Let's see, let me grab a clip. So first thing I'm gonna do is section off my hair. I'm gonna part it down the middle, but I'm not really gonna worry too much yet about that part. But I'm gonna just section off this very first section. So I always like to start at the bottom and work my way up. I just feel like when you do it this way, it helps so much with learning how to manage, or I should say managing your curls, I guess, so that you know what you've curled and what you haven't curled. So we're gonna be using, this is just a fine tooth comb. I like to use this to back comb, and then it has the wide end. So I'm gonna be using a 1/2 inch curling iron today. So I know this seems really small and it kind of could be scary, but I do like this 1/2 inch size for these curls. You could use bigger, you just know you're gonna get bigger curls and you have to take smaller sections of hair. So this is, again, is a 1/2 inch. This is, you can get any brand of curling iron. I get asked this all the time, but Hot Tools is a really good brand. This is Gibori. I don't even know if that's how you say it. I have no idea, but that's what it is right here. This is a good one. Like I said, I really like Hot Tools. I have a lot of those that I use professionally, and I really like those as well. So you're gonna start with taking your section, and you're gonna open that curling iron up, starting at the top. Now the curling iron is faced this way, and you're gonna be wrapping those curls backwards, okay? So my curling iron is pretty much as vertical as I can get it, and then you're gonna wrap it, leave those ends out, and hold it while it curls. So the thing with this hair, and I'm not gonna like touch that, I'm just gonna leave it just like that while it cools. Next section, starting at the top, wrapping it around. So now a question that I get asked commonly is if you can use a wand. For sure, you can absolutely use a wand if that's what you feel more comfortable with. The one thing for me that I don't love about the wands is that they heat because they don't have a clamp on them, so they only heat from the inside of the hair to the outside, and I'll show you here in just a sec what I mean. So now I'm just working my way around the back of the head, just doing the exact same thing, wrapping. And these hairs, because my hair is a little bit shorter, these don't have to be absolutely perfect because they're underneath, first of all, and second of all, they're in the back. So just do your best. I know sometimes it's hard to get back there. Okay, so this is what I was saying with if you have a wand. So when you have a clamp curling iron, you can grab that section of hair and you can wrap it around and then clamp this down. So therefore you're heating both sides of the hair, from the inside to the outside, so it gets hotter faster. Where with a wand, if you have it just like this, you're heating from only the inside of the hair, not touching on that outside, and it still curls well, but you have to usually leave it on the iron a little bit longer, which then puts more heat and more damage on that inside of the hair. So I like to use a clamp, and I also like the ones, I don't love the look of the ones that are big up here and small down here, because then I think it makes your curls look weird because they're bigger and looser up here and tighter at the ends. And I almost like it the opposite, a little bit tighter at the root and a little bit looser at the ends. So I definitely like the using more of a one barrel shaped iron. Okay, now I just kind of pulled that out. Okay, so now I'm actually gonna put in, so I've done a video before about these hair extensions. So I really like them. I mean, they're called the Halo Couture. I'm not super worried right now about where my part is at, because I'm putting in my Halo extensions. So I'm gonna take that, because this is where they go. And these are something that the more you wear, you know, you kind of get better at applying them and knowing how to put them in. So I've parted that section off. So how these work, they hang right here by a string, okay? So I love these because for multiple reasons. They're called Halo Couture is the brand of these. I'm sure there's other brands, but I really like these ones. They were kind of some of the first original Halo extensions out. So the reason that I like these is because they don't cause any damage on the hair at all. So anytime you clip, tape, whatever, clamp, any type of extensions that cause pull on your hair are gonna pull on your hair, therefore probably creating a little bit of damage. So, and I like that you can wear these, they're removable. So they're a lot easier to put in than clip-ins, but they're way easier to put in, way easier to take out. They don't hurt your head. They don't even, I mean, clips, even though they're still temporary extensions, they still will cause damage on the hair. So you have to be careful. So I really do like these, and I just put them in there. As you can see, they're pretty much the exact same length. Well, they are the same length as my hair. So I just use them for thickness to kind of help bulk up the hair. And then that way, so you kind of just clear out all the hair right here in between that line where the fishing string is. It's basically like fishing wire. So, and then that's it. They're not heavy. Now these extensions work really good for thickness. If you want length, like a lot of length, then you might, I don't know that I love these if you're trying to get a lot of length, but I do really like these for just to add some thickness to the hair. So, okay, now I'm gonna not worry about this front section here. And I'm aware I need my hair colored really bad, but I don't got time for that. Okay, I just don't want to make time for it. Okay, so now I'm taking my next section. You would think, being a hairdresser, that I would color my hair more frequently, but when I'm not in the salon, I don't want to be in the salon, and when I'm in the salon, I don't want to be coloring my own hair, so. Okay, so now we have this next section. Okay, so here we go. I am going to back comb the hair before I curl it, okay? So we're gonna hold that hair up. I'm gonna walk you through this section, and then I think I'm gonna speed this up through here so that you don't have to watch this whole process. But back comb right at the root, hold that hair up, and I'm gonna spray with my favorite air control hairspray. It's a really lightweight hairspray that really does. This is by Aveda. I've tried so many other hairsprays to try to get this same effect, and nothing works like this hairspray does because it's really light, so it does not weigh the hair down. It's not super crunchy. Well, it's really not crunchy at all, so it won't leave your hair feeling, you know, like so gross, like sticky and crunchy and you can't manipulate it after you've backcombed it, but it really does keep your backcombing in so much longer. Okay, so you're holding the hair up and you're backcombing at your root. Now, holding the hair up is important. So you're not holding the hair down like this, you're holding the hair up and then backcombing. And that's how you're gonna get your lift. And I'm following that all the way around my head, which I feel like is a common mistake that people make, is they don't follow that all the way around their head. They just only backcomb like right here or something, or even just right here, and then it looks flat in the back. And so the key, you have to comb all the way around the head. Oh, and my extensions were already curled, done the exact same way, where you just wrap it around the curling iron. Same way, exact same way. I just curled them the other day. So, okay, so here we go. Hold, so once we've backcombed, hold that hair out. Curling iron's vertical, start at the top, wrap it around, holding the ends out, and let it get that curl. Do the front section right here. So I'm going to take this, part off this front section, just like so. And I'm going to flat iron it first, just the roots. So just like this. Whoa, 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 whoa. Just right here. So, oh my goodness. We're going to put a clip in there. Okay. So I'm going to pull this forward. And I'm gonna take my flat iron and I'm just gonna hit the roots right here, just right at those roots. And as it's cooling, I'm letting it all cool forward here, okay? Now the reason for this is this helps give you a lot of lift in the front so that the hair's not super flat. So again, this next section, and you can, I'm not flat ironing it all the way down, I'm just flat ironing it right at the root to get it nice and hot, and then as the hair is cooling, I'm letting it cool forward. And I'm just following this all the way back. Okay, at the roots. So this is about, depending on your hairline, but it's about 3 inches back, okay? So now that that's all cooled, I'm gonna part it. So today I'm gonna part down the middle. So I'm gonna take my comb and give it a nice part. Okay. Now that that's done, so you can see the lift that it gives right here in the front. So now we're gonna curl the sides. Okay. So I'm gonna do the same thing, parting off those sides. Get rid of this out of the way so I can see what I'm doing. Back comb just a teeny bit. I don't usually do a ton of back combing right on the sides because you don't want it to look too boxy. So just a little bit of back combing right at the roots there, right on the sides. And always make sure you're just back combing in that 1/2 inch to inch section. Okay, so now it differs a little bit here when you're curling the sides, because I actually want these curls to not be, I want them close to the root, but I don't want them as rounded. I kind of want the curl to kind of feather back a little bit. So I'll show you what I mean by that. So I'm going to take this section and I'm going to hold it kind of down and at an angle. See that? So the curling iron is placed at an angle, so it's diagonally, so that it creates more of a bend here. Where if you kind of like these ones here, I curled these ones more back so that the round shape is up here and right at the top. Where these ones, I want the round of the curl to be right here. So that's where you want, so when you're placing that curling iron, you always want to be aware of the angle of the curling iron, because that is where your curl is gonna start curling. And that's where the round, so again, this one's going back and under. So I want the round to be at the root so that it gives that lift. So hopefully you can see what I'm talking about. So see how right there is where the curl rounds, because that's right where my curling iron was placed. So then up here, this one, I want the round to be more, and you gotta get a little bit creative with how you hold this curling iron so that you get the shape without, like, you know, totally burning yourself. So see that, how it's rounded right there? And I only really focus on that, like, you know, right here through the front, because that's where if you get too close to the root and you do like the rounded back like root right there, it gets more kind of Shirley Temple-y looking. And that's cool. If that's what you're going for, that's great. Okay, last section. Again, and this one I'm bringing it down a little bit further, so I'm not starting up here and curling up this way. I'm kind of bringing it down just a titch further. Right there. At an angle and wrapping it around. And I'm almost kind of pulling it forward a little bit, directing those curls a little bit forward. And you can see I'm leaving these pieces in the front for the very last, because I want those to not be as curly as the rest. So again, now this side for me, I'm right-handed, so this side is a little bit trickier. So this side, get that cord back behind me. You really want to make sure your curling iron is being held like at the same angle. So see how I'm on a diagonal angle, the curling iron, like I said, sometimes it's a little tricky to get your iron in there exactly how you need it to, but you gotta just kind of move those, get creative with how you place those arms. And down. Okay, now see I'm kind of taking a bigger chunk here in the front with these last pieces. Like I said, it's because I actually don't want these to be as curly, so that again, it's not like too Shirley Temple right at the root. I'm okay with these being a little bit looser right there in the front. Okay, I think we got them all curled. So now we're just gonna take either our fingers, or you can use, I'm gonna use this Tangle teezer brush. If you've watched any of my other videos, you know how much I love this brush. It's pretty much my favorite thing ever. I love it wet, I love it dry. I feel like you don't get breakage on the hair. Like, it's just pretty much amazing. So now I'm just kind of going through and smoothing those curls out to make them not quite so tight. Yes. Okay, then once you've got that done, then you can, and I think, sorry, I'm gonna curl this one more time. Right here. Okay, Now to finish, there's a couple things. So I like to use the, I've talked about this before, but your dry shampoo the very first day you wash the hair. So I really like the Kenra dry shampoo because I feel like it adds a lot of texture and grip to the hair. So, oh whoa, would help if you could see the name. So this is Kenra. I love this dry shampoo. Love, love, love it. So I'm gonna spray it right at the root, kind of all throughout. But this, like I said, this one is not for the faint of heart. If you don't like that grip, kind of texture filling in your hair, then I would not use this one. Because I feel like this one definitely kind of creates more of that grip and texture, which like I said, I personally love the grip and texture because I feel like your style holds longer, your shape holds better. And I usually use dry shampoo the very first day that I wash my hair, but I don't use it after that. Also, another thing I just thought of, a lot of people will ask, you know, my hair's longer, can I do this on my longer hair? Absolutely. I used to do this same curling iron on my longer hair all the time. This 1/2-inch curling iron on my long hair all the time, same way, and I loved it. In fact, I always was kind of scared to use it on my short hair because I thought I would look kind of more like Shirley Temple. But I tried it the other day and I'm like, oh, I don't, this is great, I don't. Okay, so final finishing product for me. This is the Firmata, again by Aveda. It's a stronghold hairspray that really helps. I love it because it holds, but then it also kind of pieces and separates. So I feel like if you use aerosol, oh, we got one straight hair in there. I feel like if you use an aerosol hairspray, it makes the hair kind of hold like a helmet almost, so that when it does fall, it all falls together in like a helmet shape. So I like a wet hairspray for the fact that when it falls, it's all sprayed in differently, so it all falls differently. Okay, there we go. Ta-da! And hope you all have a great day. Thanks for watching, and we hopefully will get some more videos out soon. See ya!